everybody. How are you? Happy Thursday. We are live in the studio tonight. I know the last two nights, y'all, if you caught the stories from the last two nights, we're actually faux live. I love the ability to be able to continue my launch, even though it is the end of the school year for us. And my son had an amazing concert performance, and we actually do volunteer work on Wednesdays. And so I love the fact that we are still able to continue, same time, same everything. But tonight we are live in the studio. And I'm so excited to welcome this guest because she's my very first coaching student I ever had. And it was just by random chance. I wasn't really looking to coach anybody. It just happened to happen. And so I'm really excited to have her in the studio tonight and talk about her journey. We were chatting behind the scenes before we started. I go live and the dogs are like all right here with me. Also, I want to tell you guys right now, my neighborhood's having like an emergency with the fire trucks and ambulances across the street. I'm trying to keep my dogs from barking. But anyways, Terry and I were talking behind the scenes before I went live, and we were trying to figure out how long has it been? And it's been about 6 years, if not, we're going on our 7th year, somewhere around there, that her and I started working together. And what a crazy journey it's been. So I'm going to bring Miss Terry to the screen. Hi, how
Hi,
are
everybody.
you? How
Hey.
you doing?
I am good today. I actually got my backdrop cleaned up. I cleaned up. I won't show my hands.
Look at you.
They're full of paint.
When you came on, I was like, man, should I go get some orange in my closet somewhere? But it's okay.
Orange is my favorite.
Yeah, blue and pink and blue are my favorites. So even though green is my power color, but see now hey, go lay down. Yeah, so Terry, why don't you give an introduction? I'm actually gonna go and have Sebastian take the dogs. You give your introduction and pretend like nobody here knows you. Okay.
Right. Okay. Hey everybody, I'm Terry Burton, and I have been in the crafting industry for 26 years. It's been a long road. It's been hard work. We've done craft shows since 1999, full-time. Me and my husband, full-time jobs in this. We have had no other income other than the craft shows and what we made doing crafts. So we've done it all. I sold on eBay. It was amazing. I so miss those eBay days. And eBay's kind of influenced me to what I'm doing now. I know Serena has some money off eBay too.
I used to sell little snails.
I know.
Anything snail. People love to collect snail stuff. Like y'all find a niche. The riches are in the niches. And that was before that was like 97, 98, 99, 2000. Yeah. I sold anything I can find snails. I sold on eBay.
It was.
I hate snails. They're gross.
Anyway. They ruined the whole platform when they started Buy It Nows. But yeah, so eBay, Etsy, I wholesaled, I taught paint parties, anything I could do to stay afloat during the off season of craft shows, because we all know craft shows only last for so long. They're only good so long. And we did probably 35 to 40 craft shows a year. That's when you could find them. And I bet that half of them were probably really crappy and no profit. But you had to, because there was no other income coming in except for those. And I worked for a company that made my stuff in China, Amazon. Yeah, I did them all. And then, so, I couldn't afford the fancy things when I started out. So I bought my paint from Walmart, the Oops cans, the big gallons. People would feel sorry for me and leave gallons of paint on my porch because they couldn't get rid of it. I had to scrape by to live my dream. I'm guaranteeing you, I scraped by. But, when it was good, it was good. So you had to save your money from August to December because you had January through August to get through. And so I learned really early on that you have to save for the sparse times, and you just had to do whatever you could to keep money coming in. And so that really helped me in the beginning. And we were really successful at craft shows. But then, 2015, so it started on a downhill slide with the craft shows. And I remember this was at the very beginning. I remember going to Hobby Lobby. I couldn't afford the painting book. So that's how I came about figuring out how to paint, was because I was not a natural born painter. My daughter came to me when she was 4 years old and said, I don't want to go to the babysitter. And I had to figure out something to do to stay at home. So looking at those books at Hobby Lobby, I would just sit there and think, man, I guess it was while I was painting, because I'd say, I got some really good patterns. I would love to write a book. I wanted a painting for profits book to be on the Hobby Lobby shelf. That was my dream.
It's not too late, Terry. It's not too late. I'm just saying. Not too late.
They don't do books anymore, but I got something better. Instead of that book, I got a great membership group out of it.
You
so
did.
It still changed a little bit. It pivoted. And in 2016, my daughter had a room and she was selling LuLaRoe clothes. And I thought, these are the ugliest things ever. And these ladies are paying hundreds of dollars for mystery bags. And I'm just sitting there soaking it in.
Like live. They were all live. Yeah.
They were live. And that's when the light bulb went off, when I was watching her do that. And I thought, these ladies aren't thinking of the money they're spending. If she can do it with these ugly leggings, I got some good products I can sell them. So there was nobody on the internet selling that way with craft items. And I'm like, well, maybe crafts won't sell. But I finally found one lady who was hand lettering signs. And I kind of watched her for about 3 or 4 months. And then I got the nerve up to push the go live button. And I knew then that I wanted to start transitioning and selling my stuff, even though didn't know you weren't in my life yet. And I had this little tiny lawnmower building shed that we drug across town for $300 on pallets. My husband fixed it up for me. And I went live for the first time.
In your shed.
In my shed.
It wasn't even a shed, it was a tin shed.
Well, he did drywall it, so it got upgraded a little bit.
It did. But which took away like 4 square feet because of the drywall. But
But it worked. I would still love to be in that building. It felt so cozy and whatever. But for my first project, I thought, okay, I'm gonna go live. The only people I know that's watching me are all the people who were looking for me to fail. My family, my friends, that's all I had. So I get this big old screen door, and it won't even fit between my lap and the ceiling. And I'm trying to paint, most people do small. And I'm trying to show them how to paint. All of a sudden, my darn light, the whole shelf flips over and broke my phone, the whole deal. And I'm like, great. But you know what?
The train comes rolling through.
The dogs bark. There's been some good memories in that building, and my people really miss it.
You know what, though, Terry? Look, we'll stop right there for 1 second, because what I want people to realize, y'all heard it. If you've watched any of our series here, the stories from the Nook, is that everyone started scrappy as they possibly could. Nobody started with everything perfectly perfect. They just had an idea and they said, I'll figure it out later, and they started. Because when we wait to have all the pieces together, somebody else has already done it and you're too late to the party.
Yes.
Because you are waiting for it to be just right. But the thing is, you don't know what just right is. Like, that's the thing, is like, you just have to do it. You have to do it. All right. So we have the shed, the train, broken phones, it was just Grand Central Station, literally.
Dogs, lawnmowers.
The sound when it rained. Donna says the sound when it rained. I remember that. Yes.
Couldn't even hardly talk. But, all that stuff fell all over the floor. And I was like, what am I going to do now? I just did that. Well, before I went live, I blocked all the people who would have made me feel like, what she thinks she's doing. So I blocked people.
Oh my God. It's a lot of effort to go live, Terry.
It was, but there wasn't anybody on there. So it was real easy for me to build an audience because I was there painting, and the people that I was attracting, they were painters, they were craft show people. And so real quickly we formed that bond because I didn't have any competition.
Yeah.
There might have
Yeah.
been a few
LuLaRoe was your
names
only
out there,
competition.
but
Going live against LuLaRoe was your only competition in 2017. So,
just about. So I just kept at it, and I finally, people were watching me paint it, and then they're like, "Well, can we buy it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm ready for that." So I set it all up in my house and had my first live sale, and it brought in over $2,000. So I was real happy with that.
yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, then 2019, we only did 3 shows because I knew at the end of 2019 I was done.
Yeah.
Because
Now
some of
I
my,
met you. We were trying to figure this out before we were live. We met in 2000, into 17 or into 8. It must have been 2018.
you had the paint party, the paint group.
You didn't have, yeah, I had my membership group, my when did you do your snowman course, your $10 snowman course? Was that 2018? Because we launched your membership in 19.
No, I didn't do anything to launch it. I didn't do that until 2021 when we added new people.
No, we did. Painting for Profits, we launched in 2019. We launched it before COVID. Yes, we did. I swear we did. Yes, we did.
You remember what happened? You gave that darn speech. What would you do if you couldn't fail? What was the speech?
Yeah, but I think that was before COVID.
I swear before COVID.
Yeah, so that was like 2019.
It was in December because my membership opened in January, the end of December. I woke up and I said, okay, who wants to be in a membership group? And 75 people said, yeah. And then I called you and I said, well, now what? I just opened a membership. And you're like, oh, well, how are they going to pay? And I'm like, I don't know. You just told me to open it. What would I do if I couldn't?
Well, first you launched the snowman course. It was a $10 course. No, it had to have been.
No.
Well, okay, maybe it was the membership that you launched then. And she's like, I did it. And I'm like, cool, Terry, but I don't know how we're paying for it. Like, how are people paying? I don't know. And I'm like, okay, give me a day. That's when we got Think. I guess you are right. So then we got Thinkific up and going, because that was a platform I was using at the time for my paint membership. So I knew I could get it up quickly. Like I knew that I could get that up in a day. And so we got that up, and Terry was going to collect checks. Thank you for confirmation of that, how scrappy she was. And I was like, we're not invoicing and we're not taking checks. I do remember that. People are just going to send me checks and like every month. No, Terry, no. Ain't nobody I don't know how they do it in Indiana or in Illinois, but we don't do checks. We don't do checks. The snowman the course was to grow after you fixed it. But yeah, we launched that after. Yeah. Okay. So because we had to fix everything.
But just think, and I know Serena repeats that to you guys all the time. And what if she wouldn't have said that to me? I wouldn't have thought of doing a membership group. I was fine just selling my product online. I was doing really well selling product.
When we chatted, I'll never forget when we chatted. I don't know the exact date, but it had to have been in October. Maybe it was October of 2018. And the only reason I remember this is I was at church getting ready for I won't say a Halloween event, a fall festival, because, they can't call it Halloween in church. And I remember sitting in the car talking to you. And I was like, how many designs do you have? How many patterns do you have? How many of this do you have? And I remember you saying, oh, I don't know, like 500 or 600. This is a membership. This isn't anything other than a membership. It's a membership. I'm like, can you spare 4 a month? And you're like, well, yeah, I could probably create like 8 a month. And I'm like, no, 4 a month. She didn't listen to me either. At the beginning, she didn't listen to me. And that was that. That was that. Like it launched
Mhm.
and we got a payment gateway up and going and people started to sign up. And then it just led to one thing that it led to another thing that led to another thing that led to another. We got hit with COVID in 2020, obviously.
Mhm.
And it was pandemonium.
It was.
It was total, it was like complete and utter like pandemonium. It was, I have to change headphones. These are actually dying, Terry, go figure. It was literally chaos, right? Because we
Mhm.
didn't know what was going to happen, right? And you're serving a community of people who were, I was serving a community of people who were mainly online, but still lost and confused and not sure. And basically, we just said, what was it in April of 2020? We launched the sell, go
Or
live and sell course. Like we did a course or something.
yep. Yep.
And that pretty much at that point was the turning point for you and another stream of revenue.
Mhm.
And you kind of can take it from there.
Right. So when we knew that, one of my first questions to my members was, what would you do if you needed $100? I need to take my dog to the vet. I said, I could make $100 in 2 hours. Because I'd go to the library, 10 kids for 45 minutes, $10 a piece. Anyway, so I told that to my members. And then we were talking about it. I was going to go to the library and show them. And all of a sudden, the library shut down. And I'm like, well, how are you guys going to make money now? Because, we were all thinking, oh, the shows will open back up, and they're like, oh, I'm going to miss my April, May, June, who knows? And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, we got this. Let
Yeah.
me take my Robin's Nest VIP group. Let's change it around. I gave them all my patterns. I gave them all my buying audience. And I said, here, I will share what I've built with you guys, and we'll just take it from there. So that's how Virtual Home Decor Marketplace got started. It's the only way they would have ever sold live because they were hungry and they had to push the red button. It was crazy how we did it. We didn't have anybody doing that. We had to figure it out on our own because I didn't have anybody to follow. It was like nobody was doing that. And to give everything that I gave away, it was like, man, how am I going to make this money back? Because now my customers are
Yeah.
buying from, at first we had about 100 people.
I said I thought that there was 75 to 100
Yeah.
people selling live on Virtual Home Decor Marketplace.
Mhm.
We just kind of put our heads together. How can we grow this group as fast as we possibly can?
Right.
There was already a foundation, but it was
Mhm.
like, okay, how can we grow? Okay, we're going to teach a course how to sell live. And then on top of that, we're going to run a shit ton of Facebook ads. And we did. And you hired my ads girl, Jen, and just started, because I'm not an ads expert by any means. We lead us to the professionals, and started running a crap ton of ads. I think you were dumping at the time, if I'm not mistaken, Terry, was around $1,500 to $2,000 a month in Facebook ads
Yep.
to grow this group. And it was on fire. But one of the biggest problems that we encountered with this group was the management of it, right? Because now you're managing a membership, your paint membership, you're teaching people how to paint. Now they're taking all of the stuff you just taught them how to paint and they're selling it live, right? So it pretty much pushed Terry's sellable market out of the way. Like you now became to a point where you're kind of in my shoes now, right? That you are now a coach and mentor. You are no longer a creative, like, right? You create, but
Right.
there was no way to sell your stuff because now you're in direct competition with them. And when you would go live and you would sell $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 worth of stuff at one time, your people got bent out of shape over it. It was like, Now, this is from my point of view, y'all. Terry might have a different point of view of it because I don't like take a lot of shit like from people, like, right? Like, I'm just like, hold on, wait a minute. We're dropping like $2,000 a month on ads. We're teaching a course for free on how to sell. We're giving you customers, and you're going to give me shit about her selling? I'm out.
Especially when they weren't paying at that point. We were doing it all for free.
Yeah.
I didn't start charging until July, and then that's when,
Yeah.
all the backlash came as to greedy put across my head,
And actually, and I
was.
told Terry at that point,
Shut it down. Shut it down.
she didn't listen to me. It's okay. I told her to burn that bitch down like there's no tomorrow. It's over. Done.
Yep.
Like, burn it down, close the doors. It was so good. Thank you. I'm so glad that you had the opportunity to sell. And yeah, no. And she didn't do it, but that's okay. No, I just said, hey, I don't want to.
But now it's really a good group. It's changed. We got all the bad people out there. If people want to talk about, oh, I can't go live because somebody's going to be mean to you, that nobody will ever be as mean to you as they were to me. So
as me.
Yeah, that's true. We were just the meanest. Although we helped people.
No, it was an amazing time, Terry. I mean, I think about the collaboration that you and I had during that time. It was all hands on deck. We didn't skip a beat. We literally we were so invested in our communities to get the tools that we needed to get them to go live. I mean, we even set up like a baby group to get some of these people like liveable, to get them like the help.
Because you had your people in there too.
Yes. Yeah. No, they just all we just went every which direction we could, and we were throwing darts. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, and tell you, but there's nothing in the business textbook for this. There's nothing that, in my experience in 25 years in business, that prepared us for COVID. We just had to do with what we thought was like the right time. And looking back, we absolutely did the right thing. I'm glad you didn't burn it down, but I'm still kind of pissed that you didn't burn it down. Because to me, it just seems like a headache over the years.
I swear I spent all of last part of 2021, 22 just bawling all the time. I'd just come into Mastermind bawling.
Yeah, no, I mean, y'all, like,
it was bad.
And I would literally just like Justin Timberlake you and say, cry me a river, Terry. But there was part of me that's just like, then let me do it. I'm okay doing it. And here's the thing, you guys, I'll tell you guys like a little bit of like, can I be catty I'm going to be catty. It's okay. Cause Terry knows that I'm spicy. That I went live and I basically said that selling live in somebody else's group is not a freaking business. So if you want a viable business, and the reason I said that was because I know what was going on behind the scenes. And a lot of the people, Terry, that had been taking advantage of you, they're not there anymore. There's an amazing group now. So this doesn't apply now. But a lot of that group was taking advantage of the situation. And they weren't focusing on building a sustainable business that belonged to them. They weren't going live on their own pages. They weren't selling their own products. They weren't building out their own little mini like wall of garden, their own empire. And yeah, I was a little bit spent over it because you wanted the magic pill and you wanted the free train ride. And I'm sorry, but selling live in somebody else's group is not a business. Selling live on your group is a business or your page is a business, but it's not. It's like setting up a booth in a store you don't own.
Right.
Like it is. But it didn't matter anyway, because I was just like the evil bitch of the West back then. And I just didn't care. Terry, I don't care. I still don't. Because I'm a businesswoman. Like I teach people how to run businesses, not hobbies. So it's really cool. It's okay. But but with Virtual Home Decor Marketplace, I was able to see the light at some point. Not all of them. You did take control of the group and start selling again.
I had to hire a backbone, remember?
Yeah, she had to hire people because I was out.
A backbone.
Yeah,
I had to
Definitely.
hire somebody to protect me. Yeah, from all the horrible, horrible
Is that
comments that
really
would
worth
get.
it, Tara?
No.
Really? Is it
But you
really
know
worth it?
what? It helped
Yeah.
some people, and that
Yeah.
made it worthwhile.
Uh,
Some
Terry, my
people,
people are still in that group
yeah,
selling today.
right.
You know what I mean? Like I see these
No,
names on
it
here. Mary
was worth it.
Schultz is still in there. Kathy Kirkland is still in. These are people who I've
Mhm.
invested 4 or 5 years into to grow their own businesses. You've invested 4 or 5 years into them. Like
Mhm.
they don't take advantage of it.
Right.
You
No,
know, like
we don't have that anymore. Stephanie came in and she cleaned house of quite a few of them, and but you know what? I needed that. I am so glad that that happened,
yeah.
because
Yes.
if they wouldn't have went off and tried to start their own group, you know how they sent emails about me and they were just so cruel. But if they wouldn't have went off and started their own groups, I would have probably let it go at some point. But
Yeah.
being all that happened, I was going to be the best, and I was going to beat them at my. It was my game, you know. I was
Well,
going to beat them.
yeah.
They're gone now.
Competition, you guys listen,
It is.
competition is a driving force behind
I
success.
had
Without
to have that.
competition, you have no reason to be the best. Competition drives us to
Yes.
take our businesses to the next level. Anybody who has that excuse or says, like, oh, I can't paint or I can't make door hangers or I
Mhm.
can't do this because there's too much competition. No, baby girl, you're wrong.
Right.
You are so wrong. There's no competition to you because there's nobody that with your DNA, there's nobody with your brain, there's nobody with your abilities. Really, it's just a matter of how you show up and how you market
Yeah.
it. And if you're going to be the popular girl in school, you got to work it. Like you can't
Mhm.
hide behind the scenes and sit in the back of the room in the corner and hope for the best. Like it's not going to happen that way. Not going to happen. So during between like sort of COVID and now, we have the first membership from 2019, which is Painting for Profits. Then we launched a virtual home decor marketplace. And then we just started because a lot of people going into 2021, 22 were kind of watching their pennies
Right.
and
Craft
decided to
shows were
launch.
opening.
Yeah. And so we just decided to launch a lower cost group that was just like one project a month. It was more for the hobbyists
Right.
because Painting for Profits is more for the person who's like paints and they're supposed to paint it once and sell it many. That's another day. That's another story for another day because I'm still seeing them paint it once and sell it once, but whatever. So you launched another membership, the lower cost membership. It's what, $17?
Yep.
17 for the lower cost, 47 for the bigger
Yeah.
one. The $47 group has what's the numbers in there? 200 and
No,
225.
it's down to 160.
Okay.
It,
And then how many in the smaller group?
well, yeah, I think there's only like, if I broke it down, there's probably 60 or 70 in there
Okay, not
on
bad.
top of the
I
ones
mean,
that
that's
are in
not.
my group.
And then you
So,
have virtual home decor marketplace, which is anywhere between $150 and $250 a month to sell in that group.
mhm.
And you have
We've
how
got,
many sellers in that group?
I think we just hit 53.
Okay, 53
We've got-
sellers in that group. Y'all doing the numbers over here? You see my email today, right? Multiple six-figure businesses. Y'all doing the numbers, right? I know there. That's not including, Terry, your paint challenges, like your $10 or $15 paint challenges, not including events. You've hosted a couple of events. Those are a pain in the ass, aren't they?
Never again. That- they're not a money maker. They're
No,
and that's the only reason. I love the people. I love getting together,
me
but there's
too.
no
I was
money.
there
There's
for the
just
first one.
stress.
I was there for the first one.
It just
Never
stress.
again.
Yeah, it's those are hard. But,
Mhm.
you know, I also still sell product. Everything I make, I sell. So I'm still selling product. You know, when I paint it, I have to have a way to sell it. So we've been kind of scrappy with that as well. My husband, we did until I got sick last fall. We were on a roll where every Sunday night he came in, read comments. I made something, we auctioned it off, and things were
Mhm.
ran to $300. It was really good. But then I got sick and we missed two or three. And when you don't keep that consistency up, you got to
Yeah.
start all over again.
Yep.
Remember when I started him a little auction just by himself selling his flea market stuff. Went really well. Then he had knee replacement. What happened? Plummet.
Well, yeah.
If you miss a beat, your audience is going to leave you so darn fast. You're going to have to work to build it back up. That's why membership is so hard. I can truly say that when I started January of 2020, I may have missed maybe between 5 and 10 Tuesdays. I don't miss. I'm responsible for showing up on Tuesdays and I show up on Thursdays. And you get so many people who, I think I'll take a vacation for a month, or I'll go do this. Oh, let me put it off till. That ain't going to work. You tell people, you take their money, you're going to show up for them just like you would show up for a real job. And you're going to take it seriously. And when they're hounding you for a line drawing, you're going to get that line drawing to them. As a tutorial done. Nope, but I'll get it done for you, you know.
Yeah.
It is the toughest
job. Try being a business coach, Terry.
Try
being a business coach. Let me tell you about business. Like, oh, you know, my sales aren't good this month. I'm going to cancel my membership. Okay, well, maybe if you did the freaking work that I gave you and told, like, and put the things in place that I asked you to put in place that you didn't do because you said, oh, they didn't work that time. Okay, well, you got to do them every time. Like, before 3 years, you have to do it, right, Terry? 3 years, you got to do something before you like nail it. Running memberships, I love memberships. You know, I'm a big fan of them. I'm a huge fan of memberships.
Yeah, me too.
But y'all, it takes a very special person to run a membership. And it gives you really tough skin. When I get people who cancel my coaching program and then I see online that they just had like a big look at my haul at Hobby Lobby, I can't help that. Not hashtag, not my Sally. I that's not my people. Like those are not my people, because when people have those habits, Terry, and you deal with it too. Oh, I'm going on vacation. I'm going to cancel my membership. And then they want to reinstate it like 3 months later at the price they were paying from like 4 years ago. Like, what? That ain't happening. That's not happening. I don't know if you have that. Do you have that problem or no?
Well, I don't. Let me say this. If I'm divided between two groups, and so my time's really taken up. If I just focused on one group, it would be a lot better than me divided into two groups.
Yes.
I mean, that's where it is.
I had to get rid of my Side Hustle Academy because I couldn't do 2 groups.
Right.
I couldn't do it. Hard. Like, I couldn't do it. Like, it was just too many different levels too. Like, because I was dealing with like hobbyists on one side and business owners on another side. And it was just I don't really teach hobbyists, you know, like I want people who like show up and are consistent, who really want this, who are hungry, who do the work, who's willing to take chances. Like that's who my audience is. And it's too much, Terry. Like it's too much. I don't advise anyone. I tried. I can't do it.
Well, you know, it's not that, but people expect to run a business for no money, and you can't do that. There is no business that will survive with no money. I pay people to help me run Virtual Home Decor Marketplace. I pay Melissa to put all my videos on YouTube. I pay Abby to put my tutorials together. Who else do I pay?
You got social media, like you got all your scheduling.
I spend $400 a month on advertising on the marketplace.
Yeah.
You know, Thinkific costs me, ConvertKit costs me, all the little apps. And then when I go to my accountant at the end of the year, you know what she says? I don't know if the IRS is going to let you have all these deductions. I'm like, why? Because
I can prove them. They're legit. Like they're legit.
They're legit.
They're legit. Yeah.
You can't do it by yourself, and you can't do it on a shoestring budget. You have to reinvest your money back into your business. And you have to have help. There is no way I could run everything on my own. Just no way.
No. But you also too, guys, when you're getting started, like Terry was, Terry and I were both scrappy doing it on our own. Okay. Both of us, I would say Terry had a good family support system. You know, like I was pretty between myself and I, you know, like trying to get things, and we did do everything scrappy ourselves. But there definitely comes a point when if you do want more, you know, if you're okay just making 15 or $20,000 a year, you can maintain it on your own. But it gets up there. It's impossible, and everybody desires that like six-figure business, Terry. Like, right? They think that's like
It's tough.
it's the holy grail. But I don't know about you, but sometimes I see some of these creatives that are pulling in 25, 30, 40, 50,000. They're doing good because they don't have all the expenses we do. They don't have
Right.
the advertising. They don't have the tech. They don't have all of these expenses that we're having to put out to like to run this, y'all, takes money, you know, like
Right.
it takes money to run all this. So um I have an idea of what you spend a month, Terry. Although we haven't really talked too much about it. I mean, I'm probably at probably it's about 4,000 a month
Yeah.
to run this business. Yeah. That's $48,000 a year, y'all, just right out the door, just to that without
Right.
paying myself. That's not paying myself.
Right.
That's just out the door.
Yeah, it's close to three to four.
Yeah.
It is.
1,000, y'all. And y'all are complaining about $47 for paying for profits?
Yeah, it does. You know,
Not
housing all
y'all,
those
but you know what I mean.
tutorials,
Mhm.
you know, yeah,
Yeah. But you have to like
it's hard.
the good thing with starting out scrappy though, and I just saw this, is that Colleen says you have to start out scrappy until you have enough money. But that's the thing. That's what a lot
Yeah.
of people don't do though, is that they start out scrappy and every penny they make, they go back to Hobby Lobby with.
Yes.
And really, that's not what you need to be doing. What you
Right.
need to be doing is working on the business side of it. What is it that can get me to like that? And is it a platform? Is it it could be as silly as a ring light so you have better pictures and better video. Is it a new camera? Is it, I mean, Terry, you and I started off with like broken iPhones, y'all.
iPhone 5. I have an
iPhone
Android.
5s and 6s that were broken on tripods. You couldn't use them as phones, but they made great cameras, right? I mean, like, yeah, you need a coach. Like, you definitely need a coach.
Yeah.
And you know what, though? Here's the thing. If you guys cannot afford a coach,
You
get a
can.
business buddy. Find a business buddy or something that holds you accountable. But I don't know about you, Terry. You know, I've had a lot of coaches. We are very open in my group about, especially in my mastermind. You're not with, so you guys, Terry and I are full disclosure. Terry and I are more like business buddies these days because she's often running with her business. I'm often running with my business. But I will, I mean, you were in my mastermind for what, 3 years, 4 years, you're in my mastermind. And, you know, like you just get to a point where you can no longer dedicate the time, like the time for master, like
Right.
it becomes like a time issue. But I mean, how many coaches have you had over the years? I mean, me personally, I've probably had 7 or 8 coaches.
Yeah.
It's not including my education, y'all. Like,
I don't know, jumping into some of them and then you realize they have no
yeah,
idea what they're talking about. So you stay for 2 or 3 months. So no, just 2 or 3. That's about it.
Okay, well, lucky for you. So yeah, we know I've spent some pretty penny on some coaches, and
It's that I know what I want and I know who to go to for that advice. Like
yes,
nobody could do a membership group like you could, you know. So
yeah.
there's always, you know, some of the ladies in my group would say, well, that's just like coaches are a racket. And I'm like, no, they're not. It's like you go to high school, your geometry teacher does not teach you history. You know, everybody's got their
Yeah.
special field. So when you look at it, you know, as a creative and you're like, well, they want my money for this, they want my money for that. But you don't know how to teach
Mhm.
YouTube, you know, not
Yeah.
yet. Everybody teaches you something special. And if you want a membership, everybody knows you go to Serena. There's just,
Mhm.
you know, certain people for certain things. You know, it's like telling me to teach people how to sew. Ain't happening. You
Right.
know, you
But
wouldn't come to me for sewing. Let's put
right.
it
Yeah.
that
I mean, and my specialty has definitely become, you know, multiple streams of revenue.
way.
Like, how do you take that one thing and create multiple streams with it. So you're not having to work so hard. Like you're not having to paint something every day. To me, that's ridiculous. I can't even imagine that life. Like I
Right.
can't imagine having to be so that every single thing that I sell, I have to spend hours creating. To me, that is not a business, y'all. Like
I think in fact, when I opened the membership group, I didn't realize that just because you can paint doesn't mean you can design. So I think
yes,
that's where it falls off, because they can't reproduce somebody else's work, but they can't
right.
design their own. So that was something that I figured, if you can paint, you can design. I thought it all went hand in hand, but it
But they
does.
can take that and they can scan their stuff and they can put it on t-shirts and
Mhm.
mugs and digital. Like they can create products through drop shipping. They can create prints with it.
Right.
They can create those things. Now, they can't sell the traceable, they can't sell the pattern,
Right.
but there are many things you do. And actually, quite frankly, you guys, if you just take something and change it more than 30% and make it your own, then
Mhm.
you can. You just have to think outside the box and how you're going to do that. Like, that's what a coach should, well, depending on what kind of coach you need. I mean, I have a YouTube coach and I have a mindset coach and therapist, Terry. I have a mindset. It sounds better to say I have a mindset coach
Right.
than it says I have a therapist, but nevertheless. And I just had a lot. I just went through, you guys, I have not been very good at launches. Like, I'm really good at memberships, but I haven't really been that great at launches. And I've always been a struggle point of mine. I hired a launch coach and I just finished 8 weeks with her. It was the most epic 8 weeks of my life. And it was worth every single penny. And what you guys need to realize with coaches, not just coach, but like coaches, okay, whether you're painting or business or whatever it is what we had to invest in
Right.
order to get to where we are.
Yeah.
Like we didn't do it for free, y'all. Whether we had our college education and we have master's degrees and I have a financial planning practice, y'all. Like that's all I do is work with business owners. I grow and scale their
Mhm.
businesses. I make them money. That's what I do. And I just translate that over into the creative world because I feel like I'm a creative. And coaches invest a crap ton of money into their knowledge and mindset. And so if somebody is a coach, like whether YouTube or painting or launching or whatever, it's because they've truly mastered that skill,
Mhm.
like that skill. I mean, Terry, how long have you been doing this?
Yep.
30 years.
Yeah.
And somebody wants to come in and they want it overnight.
Right.
And if they can't have it in 2 months, they're like, I'm out. I didn't learn
Right.
anything in that group. I'm out.
It is. It's I don't know. It can be very satisfying, but it all you're on a personal level with people. So
Yeah.
it's not that they are ditching your course or whatever. You've actually became friends with these people, and it's more personal. And so it hurts more, when that stuff happens. It's not for the weak. It is so not for the weak. And you better have a good support system behind you, because I work from the time I may spend about an hour at home, because my shop is now across the street, in the morning getting ready. When I come over here, this is where I sit until I go to bed at night.
Terry,
I
I mean, we know that I don't sleep. You guys, I'm up until I wake up every morning at 6 a.m. I run 3 miles. I come home. Obviously, run myself home. I get my son ready for school, take care of my dogs, and then I'm off to the office to handle my financial planning and my business clients for 6 hours. And then I'm back to pick up my son. Then I'm back home. I'm live right now, right? I got actually after this, I have 2 coaching calls. Then I'm going to go run another 2 miles so I can get my brain to stop working. And then I'm going to lay in bed and read because, as you guys, I'm a major book person and I'm going to read so that I can help my communities better. And I might be asleep by 2:30 in the morning. And I'm back at it at 6
It's a lot of
every
hard
single
work
day.
working for yourself.
It is.
There's no harder job, because you know what? Like I always tell the ladies because sometimes it's such a struggle to get people to just do it. and they're all scared of
Tell me
everything.
about it.
It's just, this is what I told, I was in a group the other day and I was talking to a motivational type speech. And I'm like, you got two choices. We're all going to end up in that nursing home. We're all going to be sitting in that wheelchair. Are you going to be the person who's looking out that window saying, man, now I have some time to think about all the things I did. And man, I had a great life. I'm going to be so satisfied that I did what I wanted and that I learned the lessons I did and that I lived my life on my terms. I would not want to be that lady sitting beside me who's saying, I wonder what I could have done if I had tried. I didn't try. I didn't live my dream. And now I'm here and there's no going back.
Yeah,
You have a choice. You can be one of those two people and you're going to be one of those two people. So you can either get up and you can do it, put your foot in front of the other, just like the rest of us. None of the rest of us like to have to do all the work. It's the hardest thing you'll ever do. But if you want the satisfaction, you better get up because we're not getting any younger and we are going to be sitting there and you're going to be listening to my words. Are you going to be sitting there regretting or thinking about all the things you did that now you can have time to look back on?
It really comes back to like finding out what your why and your purpose is. If you're just doing, if you in your mind, you just want to start a business to pay off those credit card bills, y'all, it ain't going to happen because let me tell you, those bills are never going to get paid off because that right there is just not enough to get people to take the actions that they need to. You really got to get, and I don't want to get into a mama talk just right now, but you got to get inside. That fear is the worst. That is the worst 4-letter word, F word you can possibly is fear. And you guys listen, if you're comfortable, let me get here, then you're not growing.
Right.
You've got to be uncomfortable every single day of your life when you run a business. Y'all, let me just tell you, this is your mic drop moment. You can write this down. Let me tell you the easiest way to make money. You want to know the easiest way? This right here is life-changing. Go work for somebody else.
Yep.
Don't work for yourself. You're going to go work for somebody else. If you need to pay off the credit card debt because you want to start a business, because you want to do that, you go get another job. And then you'll know what it's like to own your own business when you have 2 jobs and you're working 18 hours a day, 19 hours a day, 20 hours a day. And suddenly, I don't want to pay her $37 or $47 a month. She already has 165 members. No. You go get that day job and you go get that night job because that's literally what we're working. The easiest job you will have is working for somebody else. And that's how you make money, right? I'm not saying you're not going to make money being a business owner, but Terry, at what point, the end of 2019, you didn't quite have a 6-figure year.
No, because I only had 3 craft shows.
There's your train.
There it goes. Can't get away from it. No, but I was making good money on online sales. I don't remember.
Right.
I may have been 70 or 80,000.
Yeah. But into 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, I got a message from you a month or 2 ago, say I'm finally back to where I was at the end of 2022, which is a really big, because last year was a little bit rough as far as like people cutting expenses back. And even I felt it too in my business and whatnot. But the amount of time, Terry, if you take our per rate, how much money we make per hour, we're making like $3 an hour.
I know it. Yeah, I don't worry about competition because I know that I can work harder and,
I don't either because nobody has my mind and nobody has my mind.
For somebody to say, I can't do this because so-and-so's already doing it. And I'm like, well, then get it out before anybody else does it. It's kind of why I'm pivoting and starting something in addition to what I already have. Because you know what? Last year, I could honestly say I was in a coaching group and somebody was talking about painting 400 personalized ornaments. And I was like, oh God, I don't want to do that. That's because I got all the product in the back. I thought, so if anything happens, I got the lasers, I got the sublimation, I got it all. But I actually remember saying, when do you know when you're satisfied?
You
Because
never
at
are
that
as
point,
a
I was
businesswoman.
satisfied.
Oh,
I really
really?
was.
No,
I
no.
was, because I don't have any bills. I got
Well,
money. I don't got any bills. I'm satisfied. And so I've been waiting for something to pop up as to now I need to pivot a little bit more to get unsatisfied again. I don't like the satisfied feeling.
unsatisfied.
I
You
need a
just,
new
no,
challenge.
Terry, what it is not really satisfaction. Is you want to be uncomfortable. You like that
I
feeling
do.
of being, I do
I
too.
love the adrenaline rush.
I do too. And that is the true mind of an entrepreneur. An entrepreneurial mind, not a wannabe, you know, a wantrepreneur, right? Like that we don't have time. But we're talking about an actual entrepreneur is never satisfied. We are
Right.
always looking, you guys, it's a drug. And I hate to use this
It
analogy,
is.
but we are looking for our next high.
Yep.
And when we can create something, and even for me, my high are the wins I get inside of my group. I mean, we've seen it for 2 weeks now here. The wins I get inside of my group are my that's my high, y'all. That's my hit, right?
Right.
I probably shouldn't like use that analogy, but it is because I want more and I want more and I want more people and I want more success stories and I want more.
Right.
And Terry, I know you want more. And it's like trying to figure out like
Where to
what
fit all that time.
exactly is that, because sometimes more doesn't always spark joy for us.
Right.
And we also have to, Amy Porterfield, we used the term burn it down, y'all. I got that term from Amy Porterfield years ago.
I know, I got it from you.
And yeah, and Terry got it from me. All right. I want to give credit where credit is due. That is not, Terry got the word from me to burn the damn thing down, right? That's an Amy Porterfield thing. Like if you desire this, a certain life, right? We desire a certain life. And it's very empowering when you can say, I paid my mortgage off. I have no bills.
Mm-hmm.
Because suddenly now you don't have the pressure, Terry, anymore. And now you're looking for the pressure again. You're looking for what is it that I can do to cause me to be uncomfortable again. Right. I want that feeling. Y'all, we're sick-minded people, aren't we?
I do. It's what gets me motivated. It's like I said yesterday, when you wake up in the morning and you don't have a purpose or a goal, or you're not excited to see what's going to happen in that day, I have to sometimes mentally just put a brick on my head and say, no, it's this day you're going to go visit family. And that's so hard for me. It's so hard for me to get out of wanting that endorphins or whatever they are in your brain when you wake up and you're like, something's going to happen today and something's going to be good. And when you look at it that way, it usually happens. You get a nice note from somebody you're helping, or you get a good idea. You have to wake up with that in your mind that something good's going to happen, because it does.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to pop a question up, Terry, and I kind of want you to answer this. Roxana says, how do you know when you need a coach if you don't do this full time? I work a full-time job and then I work my side hustle and I hardly sleep too. I work as hard in my side hustle. Like, Roxana, all I can say is what you don't know, you don't know. And I mean, right, Terry? I mean, like, the idea of being in a community, and I would actually consider Painting for Profits kind of a coaching group, because you seeing what other people are doing and how they're making their products come to life and how they're selling it and how they're listing it and how they're doing this, right? So whether it's a coaching group like mine or like Terry's, or like maybe something on the digital side or whatnot, Roxana, all I can say to that, and I think Terry would agree, is what do you want in 5 years, right? Like, Terry, you knew that when you were doing shows, I don't want to do this anymore.
Exactly.
Like, Roxana, do you want to work that day job the rest of your life? If not, then how do you know that that day job is going to be there tomorrow, as Teresa discovered last year when she was let go from her job? Mary Schultz was let go from her job. How do you know that, like, what do you want? That's all I could say.
Right.
You guys, the side hustle is a side hustle, but what do you want? Like, what is your goal? You got to have a goal. Like, you got to have like something in mind. Terry, I'm going to ask you, what makes you like, what is that burning? I know a lot of your people here. I know what's on Terry's mind, because Terry's my business buddy. I'm her business buddy. Her secrets are safe with me. I'm pretty sure mine are with her. Ain't nobody want to hear my stuff anyways. And you're ready for that next chapter.
I am. They're all waiting.
I know they're all waiting, but we still don't know yet. We're figuring it out, y'all. No. But what do you feel like?
Again,
get it out, Terry. Like, what do you feel like you want to do next? Like, what do you feel like? You don't have to have, because that's the thing, Terry, is we don't want to have all the pieces in place.
Right.
We just want to do it. So what do you want to do next?
And if I don't do it, say it, I won't do it. So I'm going to just kind of give a little bit back history. In 2008, when the recession hit, I asked my friend, I said, we're going to be without a job because nobody has any money. And she said, women will always want a pretty house. They will find their money to have a pretty house.
Absolutely.
And so then it would, being a crafter's like the low man on the totem pole. You say you're a crafter and it's like you're homeless or something. And so my thoughts were always, what's my purpose? Why am I here? I am a crafter. I'm not a teacher. I'm not a doctor. I'm nothing. I'm a crafter who makes pretty things. But that kind of hit me in 2020 when I gave it all away. I gave my group away. I gave my product away. I said, go make money with what I just taught you. Take everything that I have. And it came back tenfold, because now I got a really great group of ladies and I'm making money off of that. If I wouldn't have given it all away, it wouldn't have happened.
Right.
So now I'm stuck in this cycle of seeing people making posts. I made it to 1,500 people. I made it to 5. Every time I see that, I just cringe.
Oh, I know.
It's like, where do you think this number is going to get you? Because you think
Nowhere.
that 10,000 people, they're going to rain money on you. We've all lost our monetizing. I have, people I know have. We don't make no money off Facebook anymore, but they're still stuck in this cycle. They're making all this product. They're going and buying more supplies so they can teach people for free. And that's what's happened is we give all of our secrets away for free for that 10,000 number. And it's like, that's not going to happen. So you know what? I'm shutting the Robin's Nest by Terry down, shutting it completely down. I'm giving it away again. I don't want 28,000 people. No, I'm burning them down.
Terry, let me tell
starting
you,
from zero.
It's terrible. And you know what? You want to know something? Is I'll share something with you guys too. I have I don't usually get into my personal numbers, but y'all could probably do the math. I have a mid 6-figure business. Okay. I have 3,800 people who like me on Facebook. I don't care. Like, I just don't care. I have 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. I have a killer freaking email list with 7,000 people on my email list with a 65% open rate. That, to me, that is money, because every time they open it, they buy something from me. And I love it. That is extremely profitable for me. But I just went to run an ad for my masterclass that's coming up. You guys may have seen it. And I only run to my email list, right? I only run an ad to my email list because I only want people who are in my circle, right? I don't want like random people.
Nope.
And if I get random people, I'm happy with that because I love random people. But Terry, I go to run an ad, and guess what? My ads account's been hacked. It's been hacked for 2 years. I've not run an ad in probably 4 years.
Yeah.
I can't even run an ad, and Facebook is telling me that I don't own my ads account. I only own my Facebook page.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? So I had to run an ad on my personal profile. Like, I can't run it on my business page because I own my business page, but I don't own my ads account. Right. How about that? So I'm
Yeah,
tempted to I'm tempted to start over too because of
I
that.
well, that's what I want people to see. Now I'm gonna come back stronger on my business page because I've been in that slump for a couple months. I haven't been live, I haven't been doing anything. So I'm shutting it all down and I'm gonna prove to people that I want to start at zero and I want 500 people. That's all I want. I don't want no more.
Isn't that crazy?
Give me that engagement, people, because
Yeah.
Facebook will push me out more with
Yes.
500 people than 28,000 who
Yeah.
watched me bake bread.
Look at this comment from Christina. And Christina has a fabulous business. I feel like it was a blessing when I lost my page of 30,000 followers. I started all over and it's been blessed.
Yes.
Y'all, because we are in a vicious, ugly freaking cycle.
Yes.
Like cycle of no engagement, no nothing, crickets. Y'all, like right now, we have 40. We're on live on YouTube also. So the numbers I'm showing, I'm not sure what's on Facebook right now, but like I'm showing like it ranges between 50, 55, 48 right now, like right around there because we are live on YouTube as well. Really? Really? Like I have 215 in my coaching group.
Right.
Where y'all at? I mean, I get really
know.
good replay numbers though, and they watch on YouTube and I get paid for that. So
Right.
go, I'm actually okay. Y'all watch the replay on YouTube. Don't watch it on Facebook because YouTube pays me. Facebook doesn't. All right. So go to YouTube and watch the replay. But yeah.
that's
So
what I
you're
want.
gonna burn down your Robinson's page of 28,000 followers. Good for
I've
you.
had it since
And
2010.
you're gonna start a brand new page.
Yep.
And you're just gonna you're gonna share the journey with people.
Mhm. I
And
want to, my most asked question isn't about painting. Remember when you
Yeah.
always told me, what are people asking you for?
Yep.
They're not asking me about painting. They want to know. They've been on these events and all these things, and they have all this stuff that they have went out and bought all these supplies for, trying to reach that magic number. And they got tons of stuff that needs to be sold. Well, you know what? I got a platform and I got proof that I can teach you how to sell product, because you can sit there every weekend and you can sit with your pen and paper and you can add up how much money those ladies are making.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have any competition with that. So why do I want to spend more time? I love my painting. Painting will always come first, but I want to take people on a journey of, I painted this, I can sell it. I know some people who need to step up. I'm going to help them to be able to sell stuff. And I think that's going to make my new page a story and a journey to follow. It's not about painting, doing my next napkin, or, you know, all the things that people are trying to do to make money. It's about selling what you make. You're not a business if you're not selling it. You're not a business if you're giving it for free and you're not selling a tutorial on it. You're not putting it over on YouTube. I'm so frustrated with certain
Mm-hmm.
platforms that are just there to collect your money, saying, but I'm going to give you this more exposure. You just need to get to 10,000 people and you're going to have a windfall of, you know, everybody's heard the crazy $40,000 story from one post, or there ain't that. You have to work to get your money anymore. And I got a platform that works. So
I know, right? Yes, you do. And you didn't burn
I
it down like
stuck it
Serena
out.
told you. So y'all, she's not burning down the virtual home decor marketplace like
or the
Serena told her
painting.
to do 3 years ago. It's okay. But no, so you're definitely in a season in your life where
I want to help more people.
yeah,
That's
me too.
that.
Yeah.
That I
Yeah.
just want to help people sell what they make. I did it in 2020. You know, they still trickle in, but it's work. The
Yeah.
marketplace is not something that is easy to do. Those ladies work, you know, they have to make new stuff, they have to ship it out. But you know what? They do really well. Kathy Kirkland, Mary Schultz, actually, Mary
Yeah. Oh, I know. They're in my
helps
group.
me
I know
out
what
too
they
with all the graphics.
yeah, no, I know what they make. So yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's very they've also mastered what they do and how they do it. They're consistent. They haven't given up. I've been working with both of them. I've been working with Mary Schultz now for over 5 years. I've been working with Kathy Kirkland now for over 4 years. Actually, a lot of you now for 3 or 4 years.
And Stephanie
They
Page,
don't give up. All of them. Well, Stephanie, yes. I mean, she's been with me for
just keeps
4
going
years?
on.
Yeah.
But you know
Yeah.
what they have, which is really exciting, is sure they're selling over there, and tomorrow it may come totally down. Facebook may shut it down, but you know what
Mhm.
they got? They got that whole credit or Excel sheet. Mine's in an index box still of customers that they can
Yeah.
now reach out to. So they're golden, even if it shuts down, because they have all the customers.
Yes. Did y'all hear that? They have their customer in their email platforms. You know why? Because they're in my group and they have an email system for the
Yep.
thing. Those are the things that a coach like brings to the table. Like, okay, what do you great? You did a sale, but are you staying in front of them? Are you showing up? Are you y'all, competition's the driving force behind success. Without competition, you have no reason to be the best, but you also have to show up and be present. And you also people have to know you. Like, they're not
Mhm.
just a lot of people are like, oh, well, I have some stuff on Etsy.
Right.
It's not working out for you. Like, I'm big pro Etsy, right? Big pro Etsy, big fan of Etsy. But how's that really working out for you? If you don't love on it every day and you don't show up every day and you don't change your SEO. And Terry, how many times did you change your pricing of your shelf sitters over the years?
Yeah.
Every time you make a change, you keep working at it. You keep doing it.
Right.
You change. You just got to keep working at it. So you're going to burn down your business page, start that bitch on fire, burn it down, start a new one. And how's your content going to be a little bit different on your new page?
Now, I will still paint. Sometimes my husband and I will do the little auction thing, but it's
Yeah.
going to be different. I want to take it'll be highlighting some of those ladies in the virtual home decor marketplace. It will be talking to them like you and I are talking.
Yeah.
That here you go. Here's somebody who's actually making money
Mhm.
on the marketplace. She's not worried about her $250 a month investment, because you know what? Actually, let me give you a number here. Do you know how many minutes are in a month? 43,000 minutes. Do you know how many minutes they work online? 120.
Yeah.
That's it. They have 120 minutes a month. Plus, they have buy it now posts. They can
Yeah.
list 10 a day, 300 times.
But I also know what they're making. Terry, what do you think is the average across the board of the sellers? I don't need what do you think the average per sale? 15-minute sales or 30-minute sales?
Well, let's
Depends
just
on what they
say
want.
that somebody in your group,
Mhm.
actually, the very first sale of one of my members who just joined maybe last month, her very first sale for 15 minutes was $750.
Yeah.
And then this last week, it's not everybody's killing it all the time, because sometimes they have to figure out what product they want.
What product? Yeah.
But so one didn't do well. And so I thought, oh, well, maybe everyone's not doing well. And I interviewed a new lady who's coming on, and I'm like, well, maybe you'll want to wait till Christmas and July, because I hire people to watch these sales. I don't watch them as much. And
We ain't got time for it. There's no time for it.
so I was like, maybe you better wait till our Christmas in July, because then it picks up all the way till Easter. And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, so-and-so said they didn't have a very good sale. And she goes, well, did you see so-and-so's sale? And I'm like, no. So I go back and look, sold. And I'm like, crap, she probably made $1,500 in that half hour.
Yeah. Yeah. I have it from the members in my group, because I do get updates often. I hear anywhere between 600 to 1,500 to 2,000 a sale.
Yeah. 15.
Because it's not just
30
when
minutes.
you're live, y'all.
Right.
It's all the afterwards.
Replays.
Yes. It's not just like when you're live, but the sale is up for 24 hours, right, Terry?
Mhm.
Like, they're up
48
hours. And so they're up. It's not just at that moment when they're live, because the sellers in the group, their fan, like they have people who like follow them, right? And maybe they couldn't be there for the live sale, and they go back and watch the replay and see, oh, let me see what Mary Schultz has this week, or let me see what Kathy has this week. And they go back and watch the sale, and then they pick up what items are left. And so it is like,
That's what I want to play to with my new group. It's called Create and Sell with Terry. And it's going to be about creating product and kind of, I'm going to have a course where it'll teach them more about it. But I need to get people interested because I get every day, can I sell in the marketplace? Yeah. 150 to 250 a month. Bang. It's like they slam that phone down so quick. It's like, are you kidding me?
But you know what, Terry?
Go do a good craft show for $250.
But you know what? They would rather go to a craft show and lug all that crap there for 8 hours and make $50.
Exactly.
It makes no sense to me.
It doesn't. And I got the numbers to prove it. I'm not, you see all these things online. Make $10,000 a month. Make whatever. Well, go over here and see. They're doing it. But those people would rather go sit at the VFW for a $25 booth. It's the same thing when you did craft shows. You weren't going to make any money sitting at the VFW. My biggest show cost me with motel and everything $600 every time I did it.
Yeah. I mean, look at you do Penners. Penners is what, 900 to $2,000 to do Penners. Yeah.
It's insane.
That's a no. I mean, I just did Penners with one of my members though, up in we did did I do St. Louis? Where did I go, y'all? Did I go to Kansas City or did I go to St. Louis?
Kansas City, I think.
Was it Kansas City? Yeah. I don't know where I went. I think it was, I think you're right. It was Kansas City. And it was a great show. Don't get me wrong. Terry, I killed it. Let me tell you, like a most epic story ever, right? We taught on Friday. Stacy Van Gundy, crazy talented. And Pinners invited her to teach in the big room. And she was nervous as heck, 200 plus in a big room doing like faux paint finishes. And Terry, you need to do Pinners. I'm telling you, girl, you need to do Pinners. I'll be, look at her. She's like, let me tell you this. No, let me tell you this though. No, you do have product. You have prints. Anyways, let me tell you this though. We go and we taught on that Friday. Product sales were okay. I'm kind of watching I'm kind of watching Stacy's that's what I do as a coach. I don't talk, I watch, right? I'm not talking right now, but I like to watch and observe. And Saturday morning came and I said, Stacy, do you trust me today? And she said, yeah, I trust you. And I'm like, shit's changing today. Girl, we killed it in product sales. We probably did, I don't know if she's here or not, but we did probably 4 times the amount that we did on Friday. And Friday was the big class. So Friday should have been the big day you were selling the products. On Saturday, we weren't doing a big class. We killed it in product sales with like teeny little tweak, just a little tiny tweak. The people did not understand the products. Right. They didn't understand how to use it. They didn't understand. So we just had to make a teeny tiny little thing. And I think that's exactly with you, Terry. Like people, maybe they have tried to sell online once and it didn't work. And it's a tweak. It's something that you have to, you have to have a viable product. Right. First of all,
you do have to have a good product. But I have a team of people that help me with that group. And we're tweaking every darn week. Every time they sell, it's always something that you could do a little bit better. And it doesn't take much. In fact, Tracy, one of my admins over there, she sent a lady a message and said, you're selling too many of the same products. She had a half-hour sale and she wrote Tracy back and she goes, man, I just had a 15-minute sale and I made more money than I did in that half-hour sale because of what you told me. So it's not like we just throw you the wolves. We're actually there with you to tweak things out. So it is. And you know what? That's where I need to be heading because I'm ready to help more people sell more product.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So Terry, you've got 2 memberships, Painting for Profits and your baby Painting for Profits. membership. You guys, all the links are here in the live video. If you're catching us on replay, whether it's Facebook or YouTube, all the links are there to catch Terry. You guys can check out the virtual home decor marketplace. There'll also be an email tomorrow going out with links to everything virtual home decor marketplace, all of Terry's groups. Terry, do you have the new Facebook page up yet?
No. Don't you remember what happened in 2019? Same thing's happening today.
Already. Guys, I have a new Facebook page. Well, I haven't started it yet.
It'll be ready.
It'll be ready tonight, right? Because I could have like shared it. But anyways, make sure you get that page started tonight. Get that over to me because I'll get that emailed out because my email list is, I have a beautiful high converting email list. And so I'll be happy to like get you, we'll have 500 people by the end of the week, Terry, 500 good people. Because then you'll be live and you'll have like, you'll have 400 of the 500 live with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it does, you guys. Like, think about it. Why would you have 100,000 people on your page if 200 people are live with you? If you can have 500 and you got 400 live with you, heck yeah, sign me up all day long. That right there.
But I want to prove to them. And you can't tell people that. So you have to prove it to them. And I'm willing to just burn. I've been in the Robin's Nest since 1999. It's my identity.
Yeah.
But it doesn't tell people who I am anymore.
Yeah. That's the problem I've had with the social divas. I hate the name because everyone's like, oh, no, I'm not the social divas, y'all. My community is. Like, that's not me. I'm Serena. Like, I definitely have gone through that the last couple of years on like the rebranding side of things because I just want to be Serena. Like, I'm just like, I have a unique name and there's only 3 of us in the entire world with this name. I've done my research, y'all. There's only 3 Serena Correas in the entire world. And there's only one Serena L. Correa, that's me. And, but I have a unique name and I don't want to be the social divas. Like, I don't. My group is the Creators Nook. That is where my people go. Like, that is the most epic coaching platform ever. And y'all listen, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I have seen what is out there in the world of coaching. And I really, truly am the best. And I'm not saying that to be like stuck up or like whatever, but I know how to freaking run a business.
Too. I've been with other coaches and it doesn't compare. It really doesn't.
No, but you have to be willing to work. And I only work with people who want to work.
It is. And that part's hard.
I only want to work with people
I just want everybody to think, okay, you're all here listening. Who are you going to be in that nursing home? That should wake you up. It really should.
Yeah. So Terry, I need you to turn the dreamers into doers and then send the doers to me.
There you go. Well, you had quite a few when we started in 2020.
Yeah, but the problem with that was that once COVID was over, they went back to their old ways again because they're drug addicts and they only went to their AA meetings when they had to. And then once they could go back to life again, they didn't see. And you know what, Terry, you want to hear what's crazy about this? When all of the people in 2020 who joined the Creators Nook were paying $19 a month. I'm $67 a month now. So everybody who left at $19 a month because they went back to their old habits, wah, wah. Sucks to be you. I'm just such a biscuit, aren't I?
But you know what? Even people don't realize, they ask me all the time, why do you waste money on coaching? I wouldn't be here today if I didn't. And that's what they don't understand is I don't need a coach. I can just do this over. It will not work. And the knowledge that I've built up in 4 years is priceless. You guys, I got a whole warehouse in the back that I could make any kind of product. I got 350 tutorials that are just sitting there in a vault that I'll put out someday. I got all the PNGs. I wouldn't know how to do any of that without a coach. I wouldn't be here today without a coach. I'd still be collecting checks from somebody.
You wouldn't have survived 2020.
No.
I mean, 2020, there's no way.
No.
There's no way that, Yeah.
And you have to invest in your business. And if you don't, it's a hobby. And it stinks.
Yeah.
But,
you know what, though?
As a legal secretary, I know.
Yeah, but you know what? There is absolutely nothing wrong with having a hobby with your passion.
Right.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But my name's Serena, and I teach people how to build multiple streams of revenue in a business. That is what I do.
Mhm.
And you know what, though? Part of me, too, though, Terry, is, and maybe for you, too, our messaging sometimes has been off,
Yeah.
right? Like our messaging, maybe not attracting the right kind of people. Like, oh, you have a hobby, I can help you. No, no, no. I work with business owners. Like
Right.
that is what I do. And sometimes that's hard because I do want to help everybody. You want to help everybody, right? But you can only help people that want to be helped.
Right. That's why with this course that's coming up, it's like you can either invest the money in yourself or you
Mhm.
can't. Go back
Yeah.
to making whatever you make on those events, because those events aren't making you money unless
Mhm.
you're making those people buy something from you. Don't go live just to go live. I think that was one of my takeaways too one time was
Yeah.
don't go live to just go live and entertain people. Go live with a purpose on what you want
Intention.
them to do.
Yes. And for those of you who are on the business track of things, and we got a lot of hobbies here and we love you just as much. But those of you who are on the business track, yeah, every day you got to live with intention. And you got to live for that day. Yeah, I might say, like, hey, Roxanne, what do you want to do in 3 years from now? But the reality is, we're creatives, y'all. We don't even know what we're making tomorrow. Okay. Like, we need to wake up today and say, what do I need to do today to make, if your freedom number is 2,000 a month, what do I need to do to get to that? I have to make 2 sales today, two $25 sales. I have to make two $40 sales. And that is your only focus for that day, is how I'm
Right.
going to make that sale that day. It's just like when you're at a show. Your focus that day at the show is to hustle as much product as you can, and you're not going to do it by sitting in the back of the corner. You're going to do it. What can I help you with? Do you like this? Would you want a different size? How about a different color? Can I personalize that for you? Right? I get this right, Terry. Um, so you
Get it?
have to. It's okay to be a hobbyist, you guys.
Yeah,
It's okay.
it
Um,
is.
but
Because
with intention.
you can make money with your hobby. Most of those ladies on the marketplace, they have
Mhm.
full-time jobs and they do it
Yep.
part-time. And it's extra income for them. And what I told them middle of last month, I'm like, don't people lose track of how much money they're bringing in. And if you write down every day how much money you made that day, then you added up at the end of the month. And then that $250 doesn't seem like too much money when you add them up. But when you're just trying to keep those figures in your head and say, oh, wasn't a great show this weekend, you're thinking $400, but you're not adding up all your buy it nows, your auctions, all of that.
Mhm.
When you put it all together, if you don't keep track of what your income is,
Yeah.
you'll
Yeah.
give up.
Yeah. No, and you have to have a goal. Like you have to
Yeah,
have it. You can't just say, I need to make a sale today. And that's actually, you guys,
right.
I'm getting ready. For those of you who don't know, I'm teaching a 5-day masterclass starting on Monday. It's 100% free. I mean, you all, I'm giving away like 6 workbooks, a journal. Like, I don't even have an upsell for this. Okay. Because in my world, in my business world, I have been taught, like Terry said, the more we give, the more we get back in return, right?
Mhm.
Like we get
Yep.
it back in return 10 times what we get.
Tenfold. Yep.
This is my first time I have ever taught a class like this absolutely for free. And everything that I've talked with you guys about with Terry and Candy, and Royce and Leanne and Teresa, and we got 2 more tomorrow. I'm teaching it in that master class. I'm giving it all away. Like I'm literally,
Yep.
Terry, I'm
Give it
giving it
all
all
away.
away
Yep.
for 5 days because I know that when I serve my community and I give them the tools that they need, I can't give you the motivation. I can hold you accountable as long as you show up. But I figure if I can give you the tool, just a little bit of tools, like to make it happen, that I know that I've served my community, because this just isn't about running a membership for me, y'all. Because
Right.
the reality is, I have that financial planning practice. I do really well. I kind of sort of don't need to do coaching. Honestly, if I was making 10 grand a month on my YouTube, which I will be making 10 grand on my YouTube next year, a month, y'all, not like a year, a month, I may not do my coaching anymore. I know y'all don't want to hear that, do you? They didn't want to hear that. Okay, I'm just kidding. Psych. No, but I'm saying I don't have to coach to pay
Right.
my bills.
Right.
I do this because I'm a server by nature, and God gave me an incredible talent to grow businesses and to see things in another light. He gave me an amazing opportunity for fabulous education. I work with 500 business owners in Tampa Bay, 500, scaling and growing them. It's what I do. I can do it in my sleep. It's different with creatives, Terry. It's so different. It's the same, but it's so different because y'all are just so hard-headed.
It is. It's hard.
So hard-headed.
Yeah. It's a mindset, because when you make things, you're not making, when people don't automatically buy it or something, it's not that, as a crafter, if somebody doesn't want to buy it, that's on you. It's like you're
Yeah.
selling a piece of your heart. And if people reject you, then you feel rejected. Not because they're rejecting you, but you made that. And if people reject it, that kind of takes you back into your shell. So there's a whole
Yeah.
psychology behind being a crafter and making things. We don't put a price on what we do. We always think, oh, well, I got to give it to my mom. I got to give it here. I got to donate. And so that's what these things on Facebook are doing, that's driving me insane.
Yeah.
Every time you turn around, well, let's all donate over here. Let's all, oh, I know this person needs this. You can't do that. You have to have a business. You have to pay for those supplies.
Yeah.
I'm over the whole event thing. I will never do another event.
We know how I feel about them. It's a
Done.
no for me. I do not recommend that, you guys.
No.
It is not. I just want to give it. That's a whole nother. Like, I'm going to open up and get myself into big giant trouble on that one. But I have no involvement with. I love collaborations. I'm a big fan of You guys, this is a collaboration right here. Okay, this is a long time collaboration right here. Terry has pushed me and pushed me and pushed me. Why don't you be a coach? Why don't you be a coach? Why don't you be a coach? I'm like, I got a business. I'm good. Be a coach, and I'm over here, Terry, burn it down, burn it down, burn it down. It is a collaboration, but those events, that's a whole nother level that's a whole nother.
It's not good for anybody's business. It really isn't, because you know what they've built? I've got a lady who does that, and she has them from 6 o'clock till 9 o'clock, and she's losing people because, you can only sustain that for so long before you got to go get a job, or you can't buy any more supplies. But what they've built is the nursing home audience.
Yeah, but why are you thinking, you know what, Terry, if you're going to do the nursing home audience, why isn't she, and I know who we're talking, why isn't she doing it on YouTube, where she can get monetized for it, where all the nursing homes can sit home and watch it on YouTube on their TVs?
Yeah.
But
that
it's going to
only
cause my
benefits
vein to
her.
pop right here.
That only benefits her, because you know what? It doesn't benefit the person doing it.
But it does. There is a way to do it on YouTube that it does. Actually, you guys, that's day 2 of my masterclass. 1000%. The only platform you need to survive in the creative world is YouTube. That is day 2 of my masterclass. And I'm going to show you how you can actually turn that into like a gold mine. So you guys make sure you're there. Day 2.
Yeah.
Day 2.
It is. You know what I've built? You know why so she's trying to do buy it now posts. They didn't work. She's thinking about doing live sales. They're not going to work, because she's got the nursing home audience. You know what I've got?
Free audience.
I've got a buying audience.
Yes, a paid audience. So do I.
I got a paying audience. I got something of value, and that's what my new page is going to show people. I got an audience that most people would love to have. Yeah. My people want to buy. They don't want to make it. They've got jobs. They just want pretty houses.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, Terry. If you go and build an audience of bottom feeders, you're going to have bottom feeders. They're never going to pay you. That's why I said, I don't want a page with 10,000 followers. I don't care. I don't live my life on social media. I'm not really on Instagram. I just don't really care. Like, I
Right.
just don't really have any sort of, y'all, I don't care. Like, it just doesn't, I don't need to see a vanity number to make me feel good about myself. I already feel really good about myself because I'm really good at what I do. But that whole vanity number thing, like, y'all, is going to get you nowhere.
Right.
Like that. And Facebook will take away tomorrow. Bye, Felicia. They'll take it away just like that, like in 2 seconds. So I definitely think if building an audience that pays you, I have built an audience that values me and values my time and pays me. I mean, if you look at you too, Terry, I mean, like, look at your email list. How many people on that email list has paid for a course from you?
Yeah.
70%.
Yeah.
Like 70% of my email list has paid me at one point or another. Like 70%. I could care less on social media. Like, I really, like, it doesn't pay the light bills. Thank God. Because we would have no light, Terry, and no internet and no nothing else. Right? No, nothing else.
Yeah. That's what I hope to prove with this new page.
All right. So what's the goal for the course? So you guys, she's launching a new page, which is going to be followed by a course.
How to sell live on Facebook.
Yep. So when's your try to like target a date for the course to be like? I'm trying to get a commitment here, y'all.
Well, I know, but you know what? The doctor told me no more stress because I got to go in. I got to go in Monday for a cath and probably a couple more stints. So,
oh my goodness. Okay, let's just focus on the page then. So we're just going to focus on the business page, y'all, right now. Business as usual. There is a course coming. I know you wanted to work with a few people and get some wins under them. So you're kind of working on that behind the scenes. Yeah. No stress, Terry. No pressure.
I strive for it. I love
I know you do. Maybe that's why you're going in for a catheter on Monday because maybe we should just be happy and comfortable, Terry.
No, I'm good. I've had 3 already. It's no big deal. You guys, being comfortable isn't something that I enjoy. I love my people and my groups, and I want to see them succeed. If it wasn't for those people that I put up with all the crap from the other people, I would have shut it down. But I really cared for my sellers who are still with me.
I know you did.
They were my focus, getting them so that they had a means of income was my top priority. So.
And you guys, Terry and I fought about it, I mean, respectfully, because I'm all about taking care of our people. I really am. But what I'm not about is I have 0 tolerance for drama. And I want nothing to do or be associated with drama. There's one thing that I haven't had in my group, Terry, in 5 years, and that's drama. Not a single. I actually had one person I had to fire, but it's not bad in 5 years. I had to fire one person because they just had that in them to start it. But I'm, Terry, it's hard for me to say that. I'm glad you didn't listen to me. I know that's hard for me to say, y'all.
And it was only because of people like Kathy Kirkland and Mary and Stephanie.
I know, and I work with them too. I know, and we see how far they've come.
Right.
Since COVID and how they just keep adding. I know Kathy Kirkland's numbers. She sent me her numbers from last year, and I was so proud of her. Like, just incredibly proud of her determination despite all of life's obstacles, and just keep pushing forward. Like, there's just no excuse. You know what I mean? There's just no excuse. Like, it's all there. Yes. So you guys, Terry's in a pivot of uncomfortableness.
Yep.
So you got this.
Give it all away. It'll come back tenfold.
It will. I'm telling, that's what I'm doing for 5. Actually, it's really 6 days, but 5. My launch coach told me not to do a masterclass more than 3 days. You see how much I listened, right? I need 5. I cannot do this in 3 days. And she said, you'll have to take something out of it. No, I can't. Like, I can't. 5 days. It's actually 6, y'all, but don't tell her that because she's going to be livid with me when she finds out that I added another day to it. Because I had to kind of like bring it together, bring it together. I hope that if we see you in the master class, Terry.
Yeah.
Okay, it starts Monday. And
maybe I'll have the hot nurse again.
What was his
Remember
name?
the man bun guy?
Oh God, what was his name? I don't even remember. Y'all, we were zooming. I don't even know if it was in my mastermind. We were zooming.
Yeah.
Terry was in the hospital. She has the Zoom up, and she has the hottest nurse. He was all of like 22, maybe. We're gonna say 22, but he's probably like 17. 22 felt a lot better because at least he was legal. But he was just, what's his name, like Jacob or something?
It was
Like, I think it was Jacob, man, y'all. He was smoking hot.
maybe that with the man bun.
Yes, Brenda remembers. Brenda remembers she was in the mastermind at that time. You remember him? Oh, he was like, oh, Terry, can you call me if he's there? Like, call me. Young and Dumb would be amazing. Young and Dumb would be fabulous. So, when they don't know, right? They don't come with any baggage at that age. The only thing they're worried about is putting gas in their car. Teresa says she has a good page group called Virtual Home Decor Marketplace. Oh, okay. So you must be answering, Teresa. You must be answering. You guys, listen. Terry's links are up above. In this, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube or you're watching on replay or whatnot, everything is up there. You'll get an email tomorrow. If you're on my email list, if you've signed up for the masterclass, you're on my email list, you're going to get all her links again tomorrow. You guys, if you have a product that you need to get in front of a new audience, Terry, about how many spots do you think that you could handle right now?
Well, at one time we had 125. But I'm going to only add gradually to that group because I can't rock the boat. I got to keep new customers coming in.
What is your idea? Like 1 to 2 a month, you think?
Yep.
Yeah, 1 to 2 a month, you guys. So if you guys do have a viable product or you feel like you have a viable product, but you need to get it in front of more eyes, I don't know, Terry, I haven't watched a live sale in a while, but I'm assuming small, cute, and shippable still applies. Small, cute, and shippable, y'all. That's also in my masterclass on day 1. I'm giving it all away tonight.
Actually, shipping has went way down. I can send something big for $7 or $8.
For the new the UPS
Brand Advantage, all the way across the board.
Oh, really? Good. But you're also in the middle of the country, Terry, and that helps. I'm in Florida. And if I had to mail something to Seattle, which I've done recently, it's not cheap even with the Ground Advantage. So you're in Illinois where it's a little bit, you're kind of in, I don't want to say you're in the middle, but yeah, you do have that advantage.
You know what I want to say to everybody in closing is that I've been listening to these stories as well. Mm-hmm. And like Candy last night, she's got all of her tutorials up and she's selling them. And I'm like, crap, I got 350 just sitting there and I ain't doing nothing with them. Don't, because then I'm thinking, well, crap, I'm not doing what I should be doing. I just don't have time for it.
Yeah, you'd have to hire somebody.
Don't get overwhelmed. And then you say, oh, I couldn't do that. Or she does that good. If you notice that out of each of us, we all have one strong suit. We don't have all the things put together. We don't have. So, because like last time with Candy, I'm like, I was starting to feel not up to par.
Yeah, but you know what we do
you
with
have
those?
To get that.
I'll tell you behind the scenes, Terry, like we'll pretend there's nobody here. We actually use Etsy to funnel her membership.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I shouldn't tell everything, but when they purchase on Etsy, they have to sign up for her access to get the course, which is on. We use Kajabi for her.
Right.
And that gets them into the system, which gets them into a funnel, which gets them into the membership.
Right.
We use it as a tool to funnel the membership.
Yeah. Well, I'm really excited now.
That's what a coach does for y'all. That's a coach right there. That's what a coach does. How can I take this one thing, the course from the membership, sell it on Etsy, funnels back to the
back.
membership, right? Which then funnels into product sales, which then funnels in like it's
a whole circle.
Yeah, that's a coach, y'all.
Yep.
Yeah. So
never figure it out on your own. That's for
nope.
sure. So don't get overwhelmed with everybody's little bits of success because we don't have it all. I'm the first one to admit I ain't got it all together. I don't even know what my course is going to be. Actually, I don't even have the course yet. It's kind of just all my material that I've taught in the marketplace.
Well, you have it mapped out.
Yeah.
You have it all mapped out.
I have it all mapped out.
We've taught a Go Live course before.
Yep.
So you have all of that. We've taught the paint it once, sell it many, which nobody did. Well, they did the course. They just didn't take our advice on it.
Right.
You know, Terry, I'll just tell you, digital downloads are big right now.
I know.
PLR rights, all of it.
Them.
And PLR is huge business right now. And I know people who are striking six figures, like high 6 into 7s with PLR content.
What's PLR?
I'll tell you behind the scenes. Tell you behind the scenes because you have original content,
right?
That would be ideal for that.
See, that's my problem. I love to paint, so when you look at most people, they don't have product or content. That's my problem. 2 weeks ago, I taught 4 projects for 1 week inside Painting for Profits.
Yeah. What is PLR? You guys have to join the masterclass to find out. That's day 4, day 3, work smarter, not harder. So you guys have to join to find out. So it's actually, I'm kind of shocked that and Melanie's in my group too. So I don't really talk a lot about like the digital side of it. That's more like mastermind stuff that I talk about. That I don't really get too much into the note because I'm trying to get them to like really refine their products more so than like taking everything digital. But Carol,
I would have to hire somebody for that.
Yeah, no, definitely. Without a doubt, Terry. That is no, that is definitely something.
Right.
To sit there and list that stuff on Etsy, one by one, or to build out a website for digital, or you already have Shopify, but to build that out, you hire people to do that.
Right.
It's pennies on the dollar what you will make back. I mean, it really is. Like you'll pay somebody $10 a listing and that's already paid for in 2 sales. Like just think that like 2 sales of that is paid for. I mean, you guys can get on Etsy. Literally, you guys go into Etsy and type in a digital download or how about a junk journal template? There are people on there with 80, 90,000 sales. Take that times $4. It's $4 doesn't sound like a lot, but you take 90,000 sales times $4 and that's 200 and what? 80? No, 9 times 4 is 32 or 36. I don't know. I can't do math. 36. That's $360,000 on a template. Y'all, one damn thing, and y'all just keep painting the same piece of wood over and over and over. I ain't got time for that.
Well, now you
got time for that.
SVGs, you can sell the PNGs. There's a lot of things that you can sell. Tutorial.
No, that right there gets me fired up, girlfriend. That gets me like so fired up because I mean, not like, how I feel about your stuff. It's epically amazing. And I've always joked that like, when it, like I'm going to go in and just steal everything and take it. I'm going to get it out of the vault. Like I'm going to let Terry's legacy live when Terry's not with us anymore. And I'm just going to take her stuff and monetize it for her family and like get it, like it goes in the vault. I know where she keeps it. It's in the vault. And
by that time it'll be in the casket and you'll have to dig it up to get it.
I'm okay with that. I got you, girl. I got it. They all got me. Donnie's got me. He knows how to get me. So he's good. He's good. We'll make sure he's taken care of for life. So he's like, that's a scratch off lottery ticket right there waiting to happen. So yes. Yeah. But anyways, Terry, thank you. I'm sorry you guys, it was so long. This is I knew this one was going to be a long one because we never stopped talking between Terry and I. And we need to do this more often, Terry. You know, I stepped away from live videos for 2 years because my life is just kind of like not really where I wanted it to be personally. And we need to do it more often. I need to have you like in the group and like, you know, we're both so busy with our own businesses and our own lives that like how many ideas did y'all write down the ideas we had tonight? Like you
I know, but that's the thing. It's when it would be like me going and trying to carry on a conversation with somebody who let's just pick like my daughter who's a nurse. We have nothing in common. Or a friend who is a nurse. I don't want to talk about nursing. I want to be in my group with people who like what I like to talk about. I want to talk, business talking, because that's where it actually all comes down to is they give you ideas that you probably wouldn't want to know or wouldn't know. And yeah, it just having those business partners is golden. It is. If you don't have somebody on your side to compare and talk about all the ideas, because I've got sheets of all the things that I could do to make money. It's just insane.
Sheets, Terry. Sheets? I got books. I have journals upon journals, Terry, on my desk. 1, 2, 3, just on my desk. Y'all, this right here, retirement. That's what this is.
That's
yeah. Never stops.
It is. It's insane what you just got to get out of that mindset that it's going to come easy, because sometimes it doesn't come easy. And I don't care if you started in 2019, you start today. I'm going to start all over and I'll show you. Yeah. I don't want to ever see that number or that post again. I got 1,500. Oh, no. I can't take it. I don't even like to scroll Facebook because I know.
I kind of feel like when I first heard that you were gonna when you first told me that you're gonna bring your page down, I'm like, is that not? I mean, but now that I like, yeah, well, why not? And then I dealt with that ads issue earlier this week too, which I was like, you know what? I hate the name Social Divas. Like, I can't even do any. Like now, it's just like I can't do anything now because so frustrating. But anyways, I don't know. I might follow suit. We'll see. I have another page. I think it only has like, I don't know, maybe like 300 people that liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're all my family too. You're just start completely over. Just start completely over.
That's what I want. I need excitement. I need something to focus on. And I love watching people transform just like you do, like the ladies in the group, because I know they need it. Yeah, they do.
It's Terry, it's not just that, but it's empowering, you guys.
It is.
Too.
And it's
gratifying. Empowering. Like when you told me you paid your house off, as a financial advisor, that just sparks so much joy for me. Like that to me is just like a huge win.
But you don't know that I only paid $37 for it.
It doesn't matter, but Terry, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter, Terry. What matters is that, and you know what, Terry, when you bought that house, that was a ton of money for you.
It was a foreclosure and I got a good deal on it.
I know, but it was still money.
I had to be scrappy.
I know, but
my cars are paid for, because you know what? I paid $3,000 for my last car. I go around with the title in the glove box. I break down on the road. Let me take my personal things, take it away. You guys, I would rather have my business.
God, stop.
But look where I would be if I had a fancy house or a fancy car. Where would I be? I would have to work my butt off to pay for a house that I'm not in anyway. And I could care less what my car looks like.
Oh my God, stop right now. I'm right there with the house thing. I am going to say I am a car nerd, y'all, but I just bought my son a imported Japanese mini freaking truck that doesn't go over 60 miles per hour. This thing is a riot. It is like a milk truck on wheels. It is hysterical, right? My son is all about the old school stuff. He doesn't want anything new. I will say I'm a little bit of a car snob for me personally. I don't care what anybody else drives. I really don't. I gotta have a BMW. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, Terry, but
It's fine.
and you know what I said when my son's out of school?
Want.
When my son is out of school, I'm gonna just make this right. I'm gonna just put this out there. Y'all, anyone who's followed me knows I'm cheap. I buy okay, I buy like
cheap.
All of my clothes are secondhand. Or I wait till they're on like 90% clearance. Like I am super cheap, y'all. But I'm telling you, when my son graduates high school, I am taking my SUV that gets 18 miles to the gallon, which just pains me inside, right? Pains me. And while I love my SUV, and yes, the BMW, but I am driving to the Porsche dealership because I can at that point. I'm no longer hauling kids around and tubas and trumpets and trombones. And I'm going to get the smallest, dinkiest, fastest Porsche in the lot with the best warranty, by the way, because I don't want to pay to fix it. And I do not care. And I'm just saying this right now. I do not care how much I have to pay for it because you know what? I have scrimped and saved. I have paid for his college that he hasn't even. I have paid cash for everything in my life. I do not care how much this car costs me. Yes, I'm going to be toting around and I will probably put that picture on social media and everyone, oh, must be nice to be like, they'll be all right. That's what I'm going to get. Oh, now she thinks she's big time. Oh, no, baby girl. I've been driving BMWs my entire life, even when I couldn't afford them. Doesn't matter.
Well, you remember what my first big purchase was?
Glowforge?
No, the cotton candy machine.
Oh, the cotton candy machine. Yes.
I splurged on a cotton candy machine and I thought I hit the big time.
My biggest splurge was probably buying 2 refurbished, not brand new, y'all, refurbished iMacs, the M1s when they came out. And I'm still running my 2 M1s right now. And I think that was my biggest, like, I remember it was like $1,350 for one. I was like, money. I'm so cheap, y'all. But I'm rolling in with my son the day after graduation.
Well, I took my entire family, 10 people, flew them down to Florida, paid for 3 days at Disney World, housed them all. So that was really nice.
Yeah,
I paid for it all in cash, and
that's what a business can do, you guys. And that's why we do what we do. That's why we put all those hours in. That's why all the tears, all the burn it downs, all of the pivots, because there are certain things in our life that make us super happy. And, you know, like I've been able to create a legacy for my son. If something were to happen to me today, he's taken care of for life. Like I worked 16, almost 17 years for that. Like he's taken care of, like everything he will ever need in life. You know, he's taken care of. And, you know, my wife's changing. Come on, Porsche. You know what, Terry? I've always wanted a car that, that number one, like the valet leaves it up front because they don't know how to drive it or they're scared to. And number two, I've always wanted the car that like you go to the grocery store and you get out of it and some man says, oh, wow, a lady drives that. Like,
you live in a bigger city than I do.
I'm in a much bigger city than you, 2.5 million to be exact. I want to be that person. I want to be that person. And my plate is going to say, not his. That's my license plate. Not his. Not his. Maybe I'll be fortunate enough to have like 2, right? And it'll be not his 1 and not his 2. Oh, gosh. Anyways, we got to wrap up, you guys. I thank you guys so much. I'm sorry this is so long, but anytime Terry and I get together, just set aside 2 hours because it's going to be 2 hours. You know what, Terry, we should do maybe in the future, and we could always stream it on your page and my page, your new page when you get it. Maybe do like, maybe do some like business brainstorming sessions where people bring us
that would be great.
Yeah, they can bring us our ideas and we break it down for them because we both have like very different skill sets in what we do. And I think we should start like looking into doing that. I think that would be a lot of fun and that'd spark joy for both of us because we feel like we're like giving it all away.
Because that's kind of where my concept was going with this new page. It's like, once I get it up, I want people to, comment the name of your business page. Let me look at it. I could make a whole, episode on your page and what you should do to it. Or, there's so many different ideas that, we could do that.
Yeah. Okay. Let's chat about it. We'll definitely look into that. I thank you guys for being here. Guys, listen, tomorrow we're going to be live here at 1 p.m. Eastern with Tracy Bryant. Tracy Bryant was with Scrappy Rustic. She's phenomenal. She's here in Florida, actually a good friend of mine. Tracy and oh my God, I can't even tell you guys. We were able to build a massive business very, very quickly, in which Tracy was able to retire last year from her job. Y'all, she's my age. Like, no joke. And we were able to get her home, bring her home from her job, retire her. Her and her husband bought their dream property in rural Florida, living her best life. She's going to be on at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then at 9 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have Mara LaFay, and Mara is fabulous, out of California. And she's going to be talking about how an event collaboration, a collaborative event, in-person collaborative event, which isn't until August. And when you do the math, you can do the math while she's talking. It's close to $60,000 they have already brought in. We made some huge mistakes, Terry, when we did yours. We didn't charge virtual tickets for yours.
Right.
And we didn't know. What did we know? We didn't even have hardly any internet in KZ, Illinois, let alone do a virtual event.
Yeah. I talked with her and
phenomenal.
Not with Mara, but with Jennifer and
Jennifer. And OMG, I'm so proud of all three of them. Holy smack.
They planned that last year. Last October.
Mara just came out here. I'm going to be out there in St. Augustine. They're coming to St. Augustine, Florida, and it's sold out, you guys. So don't worry about getting a ticket because it's sold out. You can get a virtual ticket for it. We'll be talking about it, you guys, tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's insane. It is totally insane. Make sure you guys get signed up for my masterclass. I'm going to be live this weekend inside the masterclass to get you guys mindset ready for me, because I am a whole lot to process. So get signed up for that. Terry, I need you to hang right here. We got a little promo video. Terry, I'm going to take you off the screen, but don't go anywhere, okay?
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Okay. Thank you, guys. We love you, and I will see you tomorrow. We got a double header tomorrow, so I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to leave you guys with this.
Hi, everybody. How are you? So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Serena, and I have the pleasure and privilege to be a coach to so many amazing creative women and business owners. I would love, more than anything, to help creatives build the business of their dreams.
Joining Serena's coaching group and the Nook was the best thing I could have done for my business. There's so much content, there's so much support, there's so much love, and I would not be here where I am now. I love this community.
I would love nothing more than to serve you. I would love nothing more than to wake up every day and say, how can I help you grow your dreams? How can I help you make your business come to life? How can I be part of your journey? I am part of every single one of the people inside of my community. I am part of their businesses.
Serena not only gives you the tools and information that you need, but she is right there with you every step of the way. And I trust her.
The biggest win for me in joining this group, having people there as cheerleaders and letting me know that I can do this, that I do have what it takes to be a creative and be successful. And Serena and this group and the people that I'm with cheer me on every day.
Remember, When you look down, you won't see what's ahead of you. I want you guys to hold your head high. I want you to look up. I want you to see all the amazing things that are destined for you, because the only way you can see them is if you look up. You'll never see anything if you look down.
You know what? I got this. I can do this because I have Serena and Leanne in the nook behind me.